Alright, one more quick thing. Everybody's been asking me how I made my final determination as to power management for some of my accessories. And what I ended up doing is I combined the grip heater circuit and the GPS setup on that feed from the Honda line cable that comes off your accessory connector. The reason being is because they go off when the key goes off, and that's kind of what you want. I didn't want live power up to the GPS or the heated grip thing. So those I isolated and I connect it to that small cable that I showed you in one of my earlier videos that connects to the existing wiring harness of the bike that's designed for the heated grips. Now what I did with the power outlet thing is I made a change there. The powerlet that I installed, hopefully you can get a good shot of it here, I ran individually. That's a complete powerlet arrangement now, is the final say on that. And that cable comes out of there and runs down the side of the bike, and you can kind of see I have it coming out right here, and that follows along the frame, makes a pit stop right here. And what I did is I drilled a small hole in the frame and put an inline fuse arrangement right there, a blade fuse, in case something went wrong. You always want to make sure the fuse, if you're going to do this or fuse anything, fuse it as close to the battery as you can. The fuse is right here. There's literally just a couple inches of cable that loops right around and connects directly to the battery. Main reason being is if you end up with a short any place or something bites into that cable, the fuse is right near the battery. That way if anything goes wrong, you pop the fuse and you don't have any wiring harness. If the fuse is up toward the front, you know, and the incident happened toward the back, it wouldn't help you out. Your wire would just probably overheat, burn, things like that, and you want to try to avoid that sort of thing. So try and keep that as short as possible, and always make sure you put some kind of guard on it, shrink tubing or whatever. This is a complete powerlet kit, and the powerlet kits are affordable, and all this stuff comes with it. So it's a really handy thing. Just buy the kit and you're good to go. The main reason that I went direct from the battery right up to that powerlet, so the powerlet stays live all the time, is not only can you use it for, you know, other devices that you want to do, maybe some heated clothing or you know, your iPhone or whatever, but you can also reverse feed this powerlet and use it to charge your battery over the winter time. So if you've got one of those battery tenders or something like that, instead of ripping the seat off and having to dig down to the battery or pull the battery out every winter, you can plug it right into that and backfeed it right down the line right to the battery, where you can't do that with the way the Honda line setup wants you to go. They want you to use that short piece of wire that goes to the harness, and once, like I said, once again, that's key activated. So when you turn your key off, you kind of sever this from the system. So bottom line is, my final decision was powerlet kit, direct to the battery, isolate it from everything. That way I could use that guy as a charging system as well as a powerlet. And then I put the GPS and I put the heated grips on their own circuit, which is the original Honda line one. If you're really going to get extensive with a whole bunch of accessories and lights and all that kind of stuff, an outboard fuse block with all kinds of helpful things on it would really be the way to go. But for me, I'm pretty much at my peak with the Fargles I'm going to put on this bike. So I'm going to leave it just the way it is. It's a nice, neat arrangement, worked for me, and hopefully it helps you guys out as well. One other quick thing too is, in comparison to my other video, I did finally make a change on the GPS, and I went with the Garmin Zumo 550, which is just an outstanding GPS for motorcycles. It's awesome. There's lots of videos on the YouTube and on the web, so I'm really not going to get into it. You can hunt it down and see 1,001 reasons why. I surf the forums and talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people just say this is the GPS to have for motorcycles. So maybe you could even hunt one down used. Even Garmin made a newer version of it, but they kept the old one due to kind of public outcry to not discontinue it, because people still favor the old one over the new one for a handful of reasons. So I went with it, love it. So I highly recommend it to anybody who's looking to throw a GPS on their bike. Or you could use it in the car as well. You just get a couple docking stations for it. But that's it. Hope that helps you out and answers some of those questions I get from time to time about the power arrangement on this guy. All right.